All right, now we're ready to go over the 928 practice comparing unit rates. Well, you've already turned this in. Just here to go over it. All right, so Toyota Camry went 480 miles on 15 gallons of gas, and a Civic went 432 miles on 12 gallons of gas. Which car got better gas mileage? So we had 480 miles on 15 gallons of gas. All right, so it's divided by 15. Divide by 15. 15 and 480. All right. 15 times 3 is 45. Bring down your 0. And then 15 times 2 is 30. Okay. So this would be 32 miles per gallon for the Camry. All right. The Civic got 432 miles for 12 gallons. Miles over gallon, 432 over 12. All right. And we want to know how much per gallon. So that's 1. Divide by yourself on the bottom, you get 1. And then on the top, 432 divided by 12. 12 into 432. 12 times 3 is 36. All right. 12 times 6 is 72. All right. So 36 miles per gallon. Okay. So the Civic, 36 miles per gallon. So the Civic got 4 more miles per gallon. You subtract them. All right, next one. Sodium is the same thing as salt. Tigerade has 120 milligrams of sodium in an 8-ounce serving, and Cheetah Aid has 144 milligrams in 12-ounce serving, which is saltier. So that would be the one with the higher salt ratio. Okay, so we're going to put milligrams per ounce. OZ is ounces, by the way. So 120 for 8 ounces. And we want to know how much per ounce. So 120 divided by 8, we need to divide it. That's cool. I know that's 15 though. All right, Tigerade has 15 milligrams of sodium per ounce. Cheetah Aid, all right, has milligrams per ounce, 144 over 12. And that's going to be divided by 12. We're going to get 12 to 1. So Cheetah Aid has 12 milligrams of sodium. I didn't put a milligram there. Milligram per ounce. Therefore, Tigerade is saltier since it has 3 milligrams salt more per ounce. That's the way you'd write a good solid answer there. All right, next one. Tires R Us sells tires for $180 a tire, but Tire Liquidator sells 4 tires for $700. Which is the better deal and by how much? So we already have Tires R Us, right? $180 per 1 tire. So here we're just doing the Tire Liquidators. So it's dollars per tire. So we have $700 for 4 tires. We want to know how much per tire so we can compare it to the other store. So 4 into 700. 4 times 1 is 4. All right, 4 times 7 is 28. And then bring down our 0. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, so it's $175 per tire at Tire Liquidators. So that's going to be cheaper. So Tire Liquidators is the better deal. You would save. All right. Well, here's what you got to be careful on. It's $5 per tires, right? 180 minus 175. But it says on a set of 4 tires. So if it's $5 saving on 1 tire, you would actually save 20 on a set of 4 tires. 5 times 4 is 20. All right, D, in education, a better student-teacher ratio is one in which there are fewer students per teacher because that gives the teacher more time to help the students. Purpletown Middle School has 680 students and 40 teachers, while Blueville Middle School has 810 students and 45 teachers, which has a better student-teacher ratio. So we have students over teachers. We have 680 over 40. We want to know how much for 1. Divide by 40. Remember that when you're dividing, if you got it divided by a 10 right there, that's the same as 68 divided by 4. All right, so I'll show it anyway. 40, 680. The point is that you can go ahead and divide it by 10 and just make it 68 divided by 4. So 40 goes into 68 though one time. That's 40. That gives us a remainder of 28. Bring down your 0. 40 times 7 is 280 and no remainder. So therefore, the student-teacher ratio at Purpletown is 17 students per teacher. All right, Blueville, we need 810 over 45. So students, 810. Teachers, 45. We want to know how many students per 1 teacher. Divided by 45, divided by 45. Okay, so we have 45 students into 800 or 45 teachers, 810 students. 45 times 1 is 45. Subtract. That's going to get you 36. Bring down your 0. And then 45 goes into 360, I think 8 times. I'm going to check. All right, that is indeed 360. So it's 18, 360. Okay, so that's 18 to 1. So Blueville has a student-teacher ratio of 18 students per teacher. So Purpletown has a better ratio since they have 1 fewer student per teacher. Okay. All right, this next one, I just came up with a silly situation just to kind of see the process with a different sort of situation. Roscoe and Eeyore were both grumpy. Roscoe was grumpy. 40 days for every 5. So grumpy days, happy days. Eeyore was grumpy. 40 days for every 13 happy days. Which one was one grumpier than the other? Why or why not? Okay. So we're going to show the unit rate work for each one. So Roscoe, we have grumpy days and happy days. For Roscoe, we have 40 grumpy days for 5 happy days. So that divides by 5, and that's 8 to 1. So Roscoe's grumpy to happy rate is 8 to 1. The way I wrote it there, that's how it looks. All right. Eeyore is going to be grumpy days to happy days, 104 to 13. Well, if I guess and check here, I see that 13 times 8 is 104. Okay, so I'm going to divide by 13. And that's going to give me 8. So again, yours going to have an 8 to 1 grumpy to happy ratio too. 1 is not grumpier. They have the same ratio. All right. All right. And then finally, Alfonso earned $880 working 40-hour week this week. And DeMario earned $11.25 for 45 hours. How much did each earn per hour, and who's paid better by the hour? So Alfonso's dollars per hour is $880 for 40 hours a week. And that means that for 1 hour, once we divide that by 40, you're going to get that he is making $22 per hour. And then DeMario earns $11.25 for 45 hours. Worked a little overtime there. So 45 goes into 11.25. So 45 times 2 is 90. And that's going to leave us with 22. Bring down our 5. 45 times, so what is that? 7? 5? See, 25. Oh, there we go. 225. Yep. So 45 times 5 is 225. And no remainder. So DeMario's pay rate per hour is $25 per hour. Okay. Meaning that DeMario gets paid better per hour. He earns $3 more per hour. Okay. So that's how it's kind of some basics of comparing unit rates in the process. I want you to show to be able to actually compare them. So these steps are very important steps to me. I really want you to get how I want these shown.